So for this week's Flick Picks, I bring you 4 of my picks from Netflix, and they are in order of my favorites. The first one is the TV show Haven. There's a sci-fi original series, and it is based off of the story The Colorado Kid by Stephen King. And you know immediately, because it's a story, like a Stephen King thing, it's gonna be weird, and it's just gonna be like WTF. And it is. The basic premise is an FBI agent named Audrey Parker goes to this little town in Maine of Haven to catch an escaped convict that is from Haven and is known, like, they think that that's the first place he goes to. And it is. And as soon as she gets there, weird crap happens. And she decides, at the end of the first episode, she decides to stay because she finds out something about herself that's linked to Haven, and she wants to find out more. And so she decides to kind of stay to help out the local police department. And I had to, at first I had to give myself the whole season to say whether I liked it or not, because it was very I want to say predictable is the word that I like to use for that, because it had a little theme as as the first season progressed, wherein the two main characters, Audrey and Nathan, would determine that this one person was the person that was causing the trouble that they were investigating. But then at the end of the episode, it was revealed, no, it's this background character that was hardly featured in the episode at all. And, or like, that was like, once or twice was kind of, they talked to him, that was it. And that became the theme for every episode, nearly every episode in the first season. And so I would sit there and be like, okay, nope, it's not that person, it's that person, way before the episode ended. And 9 times out of 10 I would be right. However, when the second season started, it went away from that predictable pattern, and I was very thankful, because I could finally sit and enjoy the episode without being like, okay, basically ruining it for myself. But yeah, the seasons 1 through 3 is currently on Netflix, and season 4 is airing on Sci-Fi currently. So it works out pretty well. You can watch 3 whole seasons, marathon 3 whole seasons, and then catch up on the 4th season. And like I said, it's great. It is very wonderful, and I'm a big fan of those kind of supernatural, weird type shows, and especially like when it involves like cops. And in this one, it's very different in the fact that what is happening, because it's not normal. The law, like, there's nothing in the laws that really state how to handle it. So it's kind of like they have to kind of make it up as they go, really. But yeah, so definitely check out Haven on Netflix. And the next show, well, yeah, I have 2 TV shows for you, because I'm a big fan of TV shows. I love just sitting and marathoning them out. Not a big fan of like watching them week by week on TV. I just love marathoning them out. But yeah, the next one is Lost Girl, which is also on Sci-Fi. It is not like a Sci-Fi original. It was like made in Canada, and the U.S. didn't start airing it. Sci-Fi didn't start airing it until they were already in their 2nd season in Canada. So they, like, when the 2nd season was airing in Canada, we were getting the 1st season. However, I had already watched the whole 1st season by the time it had come to America, because a friend had told me about it about 2 years ago, and I downloaded the whole 1st season, watched it, and loved it. The basic premise: there's a woman, the main character, Bo. She ran away from home when she was in her teens, because she did something, and it was weird, and it freaked her out, and she left. And so she's going to run away again, because she's killed another like, when she has sex with somebody, she sucks their life energy out and kills them, and she doesn't know why. And basically, FYI, she's a succubus. So she's getting ready to leave, and then she gets abducted, and these people start questioning her, and she's like, what's going on? I have no idea. And they're like, you seriously have no idea? And they tell her that she's a fae and she's a succubus and all this other stuff, and it's like this like mind-blowing revelation for her, basically. But yeah, there's the light fae and the dark fae, and obviously the light fae are good mostly, and dark fae are bad. And the fae is like an all-encompassing society of these mythological creatures, like a siren, succubus, wolf shifter, and there's just like a Valkyrie. There's so many like mythological creatures in this show. It is unreal, and I love it so much. Right now, Netflix, they have seasons 1 through 3. Season 1 through 3, and then Sci-Fi, I think, is airing season 4, and in Canada, it's season 5. I finished seasons 1 through 3, and I need to catch up on 4 and 5. But it is a pretty amazing show, and if you are into supernatural and then the mythological side of stuff, I definitely suggest giving it a chance. Next one is Amityville 3, and if anybody knows me, and like Haven, it's very predictable for me because I love cheesy horror, especially from the 80s. And Amity 3 is from the 80s. It's actually Amityville 3D. And the premise of it is after this reporter does an expose on, oh man, what is that? These seance, like this group of people who do a seance in the Amityville house, and they're basically fakes. It's a big hoax, and he does an expose on that. And after he does that, he buys the Amityville house because he's going through a divorce, and he has a small little apartment, and he thinks this is like this great thing, and it's a and he says, oh, the realtor basically gave it to me or whatever. And after he buys it and moves in, weird, creepy crap starts happening, as is the motif of, any Amityville movie. But yeah, like I said, it is very 80s, cheesy fun. And it does have a serious tone, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, it just, the whole, like, how the realtor, how he makes his demise is just so kind of just cheesy to me. And when you watch it, you'll understand why I think it's so cheesy. But yeah, I mean, the 80s were the heyday for horror movies. You had Michael Myers, you had Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, all these great horror movies, and it just kind of sort of tapered off in the 90s. And yeah, but Amityville is it's great, even though there were so many sequels. It just kind of got dumb after a while, and they even did a found footage film, I think, of the Amityville, called the Amityville Haunting, I believe, and it's on Netflix as well. But yeah, Amityville, if you just want to sit down and watch a dumb horror movie, this is one of them. There's plenty more, but this is my pick for this week. And the last one is a documentary, because I also love documentaries, and it's called Stuck. And Stuck chronicles the lives of these 4 orphans that are trying to be adopted by these couples, but they're kind of stuck in limbo because of the Hague Treaty and just the bullshit of international adoption and how long it takes. And it's just, it's happy and it's sad. It's narrated by Mariska Hargitay, and you have to watch it to really understand the full spectrum of it. But as a person who me and my husband were considering adoption, and I looked into international adoption, and just from the cost and everything, and the wait period and everything else, it just really wasn't a viable option for us, because when you do international adoptions, it's like you could be matched with an infant, like a 2-day-old infant, but you will never get that child until they are maybe 3-4 years old. So you get matched with them, but then they get stuck in limbo for 4 years of their lives, and by the time they're 4 years old, You know, they didn't never really had that chance to bond with you, and so it's just, I mean, it works in certain situations. I'm sure it works, but that would not be this situation for us, honey. Jade didn't like popcorn at all. Go ahead, finish it off. I put my bowl of popcorn behind me because, you know, I was told that my dog didn't like popcorn, but I'm sitting here hearing something. I look back, and she has the whole bowl nearly ate. So, But yeah, those are my 4 picks for Netflix for this week, and I hope you guys get a chance and check them out. You don't have to check them all out, but those are just the ones that I feel that you should give a shot this week if you are bored and are looking for something to watch on Netflix. So thank you guys for watching, and if you think I should continue with this on a weekly basis, please leave it in the comments below. And if you have anything negative to say, please still leave it in the comments below, but in a constructive criticism way. And I appreciate that. And you guys have a wonderful evening. Goodbye. Hi! Jade says hello too. She's like, why do you have me in this video, Mommy? Because I can. Because I love you. This is Jade. This is my red healer. She's 4 and she's awesome. And she would help me do today's flick picks, but I think she wants to go lay down. I love you too. Go lay down. Spirit wanted to say hello too. Say hello, Spirit. Hello. Spirit's like, you are just awful, Mom. You're awful. Yeah, see? Like, this is what you do when he picks him up. He just leans his head back. 4 of my picks from Netflix, and oh, that throws me off so much.